Okay, welcome to Financial Services Summer Orientation Session. I am Angie Olison, the Director of CU. You guys have been with me for a couple of days. If you have any questions after this presentation, remember orientation@beloit.edu. You can email me and I'll be able to find those answers or get you connected to the right people. I'm going to hand over the presentation right now to the wonderful people on the screen and have them introduce themselves, talk about their area, and give you all the information they came to share. Thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Hello, everybody. Oh, Angie, I'm not able to share.
I can fix that for you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Well, while she's doing that, I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Roshelle Sims. I am the Associate Manager of Student Accounts, SAR's office. So any questions you have about your bill or charges, anything like that, that is something that I can help you with.
And my name is Guadalupe Orbezo-Perez. I actually graduated from Beloit in 2020. So if you have any questions about experience as a student, feel free to reach out. I am the financial aid counselor here at the college. I'm happy to meet with any and all of you regarding student loans, scholarships, FAFSA, all of that. Not on the call is Vanessa Rammelt. She is our Associate Director of Financial Aid. She's also happy to meet with students regarding VA benefits, appealing, dependency overrides, all of those things.
Share here.
As we go along, don't forget to use that Q&A box to ask questions. We will answer them at the end of the presentation or as the presenters see them, but that Q&A box is where you can put in your question.
Right. So thank you guys again for joining us today. I am Roshelle Sims, and again, I am the Associate Manager of Student Accounts here at Beloit College. So the Bursar's office is located on the second floor of Pearson's Hall in the financial services area. In our area, you'll also find the financial aid office. You'll find that having both offices together in the same places is super helpful and beneficial to you as a student, because sometimes when you have a billing question, it may involve both Bursar and financial aid. So we work very close together in the office. So it's like a one-stop shop for all your billing needs. So today I'm going to go over the billing process, payment options available to you. And if you find that you have questions regarding billing, you can contact us anytime. And at the end of our presentation, we will provide you with our contact information. So the topics of discussion today. So I will be going over how to access the billing portal through Nelnet Enterprise, authorized party access, assessing and reading your billing statement, and all of your payment options. And then Guadalupe for financial aid will go over submitting any missing documents you may have, the FERPA authorization form, accepting and declining any student loans, and any additional financing options that are available. So Nelnet Enterprise, Beloit College has partnered with Nelnet Campus Commerce to provide you with a convenient place to view and manage all of your financials on your student account. So within this site, you'll be able to do many things such as share access, set up payment plans, and pay your bill. So this is steps on how to get to Nelnet. You should have received email instructions on how to set up your Nelnet access, but I'm going to go through the steps for you. So you would first log into portal.beloit.edu. You would then click on the Financial Services tab. On the left-hand side, in the first gray box, you'll look for Nelnet Enterprise. And then you're going to click the button that says Go to Nelnet Enterprise. So this is how students will get to Nelnet each and every time they want to log into Nelnet. In Nelnet, sometimes you will have some announcements that you need to read and say that you read before you get to your home page. So make sure you read those announcements and say that you read them, and then you'll get here to Nelnet Enterprise homepage. So in that first top box, you have payment plan and billing. This is where you'll always see your current balance on what's due at that time. You can look at transaction details or view details, and that'll give you basically all of your details you need, itemized details. You can hit make a payment button. That's to make a one-time payment. You can view your last statement, which we just sent out statements last week. So it should say view current statement, or it says view last statement. But that's where you'll view the statement. Underneath, it just says spring 2024. That's where all of your charges for each semester will be listed. You can hit up the set up a payment plan button to set up a payment plan, of course. Underneath that is other services. This is where you can go to GradGuard and look at the optional tuition insurance if you're thinking about getting that. Underneath where it says Minerva Milestone on the right-hand side, that bottom part where it says 3 authorized parties on your account, this is where you can add authorized party. This is anyone who will be helping you pay your bill, that you want to give access to for that, and they will see the same setup here as you will once they have their account set up. And then the 1098T documentation is for anyone who files taxes and need the 1098T form for school. This is where it will be listed on Nelnet. So authorized party setup. So now that you see what Nelnet has to offer, it is important to share this access with anyone that may be helping you with your billing process. If you do want to share this access with, I would suggest doing this right away when you complete your own registration so you don't forget. So an authorized party will receive their own login credentials and be able to have the same access and views as a student. Being an authorized party allows billing notifications to go to their emails. If you have someone that is helping you pay your bill, this is a great way of keeping them in the loop when statements are issued and when the payment is due. Usually you'll just click that add authorized party button on the home page of Nelnet that I showed you just a minute ago. Now, one thing I like to add here is when you set up your authorized party, this allows them to view your financial information and pay your bill. Having an authorized party permission does not grant permission for us to discuss any detail about your student account if the authorized party were to call or email in. So to be able to discuss the details of your student account with anyone other than yourself, you would need to fill out a FERPA form, and we would need to have that on file. And Guadalupe is going to go over that in just a little bit here on what that entails and how to get it back to us. But I suggest filling out this form right away so we can make sure we have it on file when our office needs it. So once you register for Nelnet Access, you are all set to start receiving billing notifications and view your bill. As some of you may know, billing statements for fall 2024 were issued last week. If you were registered for Nelnet Access, at that time, you would have received an email notification to your Beloit.edu email. If you also set up an authorized party before the billing, they would have received the email as well. So your billing statement will include direct charges and estimated financial aid. And it will only show you fall as we bill by per semester. So I want to point out that your billing statement will differ a little from your financial aid package that was given to you. Your package is based on the entire year. Your billing statement will only include direct charges and estimated financial aid for one semester at a time. Everything will be split in half based on the numbers that you've received in that award package. You will be billed again in the spring semester and receive the remaining charges and financial aid estimates on that bill. The student is being charged for direct charges such as tuition, room and board, and then you will see financial aid, estimated financial aid. Keep in mind again that this is only for the fall. This will also be on your statement. Please make sure you complete your entrance, counseling, and master promissory notes for all your loans you wish to accept. If you do not complete those documents for these loans, they will not be dispersed and awarded to you. And Guadalupe with financial aid will go over how to complete those requirements in a little bit. So this is just a sample statement notification email that you would have got if you were already registered for Nelnet when we sent out statements. And as you can see, it has all your information, it has the amount due, and for your convenience, there is also a make a payment button right in the email. Our office also sent billing communication after statements were issued that included a lot of important information about billing for the fall 2024 semester. This includes a lot of information such as payment options that we are going to go over in the following slides. So now that you have your bill, and if you have a balance due, Beloit College offers many options to pay for this. Please keep in mind, our billing due date is before the semester begins. You are able to make one-time payments or even set up an optional automatic payment plan for a small enrollment fee each semester. So the due date to pay your account or set up a payment plan for this semester is Friday, August 9th. So I will go back. So yeah, the payment plans are $45 each semester. And yes, you can do both. So that means that if you have some money put away in an account that you want to pay your bill with, you can do that. And you can set up the remaining balance in a payment plan. So that is an option. You can also mail in payments to the address shown here on the screen. There is no need to write this down now. The address is also listed on your statement and it is on our website. Please remember, do not mail in cash. Please mail in checks, money orders, or even cashier's checks made payable to Beloit College. Also, make sure if you're mailing in any payments that you have your ID number on those so we know whose account to place the money on. You can make online payments by, again, logging into Nelnet account directly by clicking on your Make a Payment button, as I showed you earlier. If you have someone that does not have a login, that is okay. You are still able to make a payment online without a login. And I will show you how to make a payment without a login. So on this screen here, you will see at the bottom, it says no login, no problem. There's a website that you can go to that directly links you to our Nelnet if you do not have a login. Now, I know this is a long website, so if you have somebody who wants to make a payment, feel free to reach out to us and we can give you that in the email. Also, when doing online payments, know that checking and savings accounts are free, but there is a 2.85 convenience fee for credit and debit cards. So if you need to make an international payment, Beloit College has partnered with Flywire. So to access Flywire, you will select international payment directly through Nelnet. And if you have any issues, their customer support team is there to help you anytime through phone or chat. Or if there's anything that we can help with, just reach out and we'll let you know if we can help as well. But you would make international payments through Flywire, which is also through Nelnet. So now if you're not able to pay in full by the due date, that is no problem. We offer flexible monthly payment plans that you can take advantage of. If you are a student, you can enroll in a payment plan directly, or if you are an authorized party, you can set up a payment plan under your login information as well. Each user can set up their payment plan for a cost of $45 for each plan. So yes, a student can set up a payment plan and an authorized party can set up a payment plan. But just remember, it's $45 for each plan. Please make sure your payment plan is set up by each semester's due date, which for this semester is August 9th. So here are some examples of payments plan that can be set up on the 15th of every month. And please keep in mind that the later you start your payment plans, the better your payments will be. So it's better to set up your payment plans right away. So these are for the 15th of the month. And the last payment for all of these plans are November 15th. And here are some examples of payments plans that you can set up on the 1st of the month. And the last payment for those is December 1st. Now, at the 1st or the 15th, does not work for you or your family, that is not a problem. If the 20th of the month is better for the payments, just reach out to us and we can make the change for you. So we really want to make sure the plan works for everyone in their situation. So just reach out to us and we'll be able to help you out. So the work study program, another option some of our students take advantage of is applying their work study earnings directly to their bill. All students are paid directly unless they sign a form with the payroll office to have it applied to their tuition account. So you do have to fill out a form for your payments to come straight to your student account. Every pay period that a student gets paid, the payment will be applied directly to their remaining balance. The payroll office will supply this form to the students. We also have this form as well. If the student wants to take advantage of getting a job on campus, there will be a list of jobs available on the Human Resource webpage under student employment. Now, the $2,000 referenced on this screen here is just an estimate of what a student can work approximately 10 hours a week. They may work more or less, but no more than 20 hours a week. So $2,000 is for the year, which is $1,000 per semester. And what we can do, if we know you're applying work study, we can leave the $1,000 balance on your account, make a note on your account so we know that your work study is going to pay for it. So please keep in mind that you can do a combination of the payment options I just went over, like pay a portion of your bill and put the rest on the payment plan. But you can also take advantage of other loan options that may be available to you. Parents may qualify for a federal Parent Plus loan, or students can take out a private loan, and Guadalupe will be going over those options in detail here in just a little bit. So other financing options would be prepaid tuition plans or 529 savings accounts. If you need to request money from a 529 savings account, please be in contact with the institution that holds the funds to request the money. And please provide them with our mailing address and your student's name and ID number. If you have been awarded any private scholarships, please notify the financial aid office with your award letter so they can place an anticipated credit on your student account before the scholarship arrives. So you are able, again, to mix and match all of these options to get your bill taken care of. So tuition insurance, GradGuard is the company we use for tuition insurance. This is optional and the fee is paid right to GradGuard. It is not paid to us. Okay, so to protect your investment in higher education, we do have tuition insurance. Now, please keep in mind the policies must be purchased before classes begin. Tuition insurance covers, like if you're seriously injured or have an illness, chronic illness, health conditions. Tuition insurance can protect the cost of your tuition, academic fees, and housing if you have to completely withdraw for one of those reasons listed below, as advised by a licensed medical professional for the covered term. So those are what they cover, and it covers all of your tuition and all of that. One second. I have one more thing. So also, you should have received an email in regards to the $800 student charge account. This is in place for students who cannot pay for their books right away and need time. You are allowed to go to the bookstore and charge up to $800 on your student account. That can be paid at a later time. Remember, this is not free money. It is money that you can put on your student account and pay it at a later date. Now Guadalupe is going to go over finalizing your financial aid.
Hi, welcome to Finalizing Financial Aid section of this presentation. In this section, we will discuss the submission of missing documents, the FERPA authorization form, steps needed to accept or decline student loans, and then additional financing options. So where can I see your missing Where can you see your missing required documents? As incoming students, you have been working on your enrollment checklist tasks as posted on your admissions application portal. On this same admissions portal, you can find a financial aid checklist with your required documents. Not all students have the same documents, but the admissions portal will show you the ones you are required to do. The ones with the green check mark means that we have received them, and those with the red X mean that we still need those steps done. Loan acceptance steps, as we will discuss later, are done through third-party websites. If you have completed a task, please allow a few business days before it is updated on the admissions portal. Next slide, please. Another place where you will be able to see your financial aid required tasks is in your Beloit student portal. This is the same portal that Rochelle showed you earlier, which you can access through portal.beloit.edu. You can click on the Financial Services tab and then on the Financial Aid tab to see your received and your missing documents. Again, allow a few days for those to be updated after you complete them. If any of your tasks require you to submit a form to us, these can be found on our website. You can find them by going to beloit.edu and then searching for the Financial Aid Office on the search button up on top. Within our site, you can click on the forms page that you can find on the left-hand side of the screen, and that will then show you a list of possible forms you may need to complete. Please remember that not all students need to do all forms. Only if you're being required on your applicant or your Beloit portals to do those, then you would need to submit. If you have any questions or are not sure if you need to submit something, please reach out to us at the Financial Aid Office and we would be more than happy to look at your account and let you know. And now that we have shown you how to find the forms, let's talk about how you can send them to us. So whenever you're sending documentation to us, feel free to use our LEAP file, which is a secure file exchange site that is more secure than sending documents over email. That said, any documents with social security numbers, bank account information, etc., should only be sent to us using LEAP file by typing beloit.leapfile.net in your browser. The direct link to LEAP file is also found on our contact us page in the Financial Aid website and in our signature line. But you're always feel free to send us an email to request the link. Within LEAP file, as you can see on the screen, you will select Secure Upload, circle on the red dot on the red circle on the screen. Then you will select the Financial Aid Office as a recipient. Another cool feature that LEAP file has is that you will be notified via email when we download the document, so that you know when we've seen it. And now let's talk about FERPA, the Student Authorization to Release Financial Records form. So federal privacy laws prohibit the sharing of student financial records without the student's permission, meaning that once the first day of classes start, we are no longer able to discuss any financial aid or any billing information with anyone other than the student themselves, unless the student completes and shares with us a FERPA form, and this can be shared to the Financial Aid Office or to the Student Billing Office. We share those forms with each other once they arrive. And these FERPA forms will let us know who is authorized to have access to details regarding financial records of an individual student. The form is available in our forms page in our website. As shown earlier, you can submit via email, via LEAP file, or in person once you are on campus. We always have blank forms available to students in our office, so they can always come in once classes start and sign them here with us in person. Signatures, if they are sent electronically, they need to be handwritten, not typed. And these forms will remain valid until the student tells us otherwise. So a student wishing to remove authorizations will need to submit another signed FERPA form indicating who no longer would have access to their financial aid and billing information. Now we will talk about student loans. Student loans are lending programs that help reduce your out-of-pocket college costs now to repay later during your repayment period, which will typically start after you graduate. As we will discuss on the next slide, some loans are offered automatically, while others the student or the parent must apply for, including completing loan paperwork required to use that program. And now, talking about the types of loans, there's 3 different types of student and parent loan programs. The first are federal loans, which any student is automatically eligible for by filing FAFSA. All first-year students are eligible for $5,500 in federal student loans. This amount typically increases with each grade level in school. These may be completely as an unsubsidized loan, or they may have a portion in the form of a subsidized loan. So this depends on the financial need of the student based on FAFSA. Subsidized loan interest only starts accruing 6 months after the student is no longer enrolled in school, which for the majority of students is after they graduate from Beloit. Unsubsidized loan interest does start accruing as soon as it is borrowed. All information on interest accrual for each individual student is available through their studentaid.gov dashboard once they start borrowing the loans. Loan repayment for federal loans starts 6 months after the student is no longer enrolled in school. Now, parents also have access to the Parent Plus loan through the federal government if their student filed the FAFSA. Plus loans are credit-based and require additional annual applications submitted by the parents. Beloit College also offers the Beloit College loan with a 9-month grace period on repayment and interest accrual after the student is no longer enrolled in school. Eligible students were automatically offered the Beloit College loan. However, if a student who wasn't offered a loan requires additional support, they can contact us to request a loan. Finally, there are also private loan options available for students and or their parents through the bank or lender of their choosing. Private loans are credit-based and co-signers are typically required for students since they are likely to not yet have a credit history. And the co-signers, when I'm saying the co-signers for these private student loans don't always have to be the parent. They may be any willing adult with a good credit score. And on this slide, you can see an example of the loan eligibility section of your financial aid offer. On your offer, you were able to see what loans you were eligible for and the amounts for those loans, alongside what your remaining direct costs would be for the entire school year if you were to use all of the loans offered to you. Remember, your semester billing statement also shows the loans offered to you for that specific semester and for those specific amounts. In order to accept the loans, there's additional tasks required of you, which you will be able to see on your applicant and Beloit portals, as we discussed before. We are not able to officially process your loans until all required steps are completed for those specific loans. So as Rochelle said, if those steps are not completed at a specific point in the semester, those loans would be removed from the bill, and then you would have your new balance due. Now, to accept your loans, to accept the federal loans, you will need to complete 2 steps through the same website where you filed FAFSA. So you will log in at studentaid.gov, hover over the Loans and Grants tab, and select first Entrance Loan Counseling. This will be like a crash course on what the student's loans are and what your responsibilities with them are. After you complete entrance loan counseling, you will select Master Promissory Note, which will be an electronic agreement between you and the federal government saying that you promise to pay these loans back in the future. For both of these steps, you will select the option of undergraduate student, as you're all seeking a bachelor's degree. For the Beloit loan, first-time borrowers will need to set up their accounts with uasconnect.com. UAS is our loan servicer. At the time of this presentation, accounts are not yet ready to be created with UAS, but UAS will send emails to students to the Beloit College email address when the Beloit loan is ready to be viewed and accepted. And incoming students will be able to create their accounts at that point. The notification, as you see on screen, will be sent from do-not-reply@uasconnect.com. And then once the students set up the user account, they will be able to complete loan counseling, review their borrower rights and responsibilities, and then sign an electronic promissory note. And please note that these steps are required to accept federal loans. The steps required to accept federal loans are one time only. You don't need to repeat them every school year after you do it the one time. But for the Beloit loans, those do need to be accepted each year that the student was offered the loan. Now, you may also be wanting to decline or reduce portions of your loans, and you can certainly do so by emailing us at the financial aid office at faoffice@beloit.edu. In your email, you will need to explain which loans you wish to decline or reduce, and we would be happy to help you. Please email using a Beloit College email address, and please remember that these requests cannot be received by the parents. These need to be sent by the students themselves because the loans are directly under the student's name. So any changes to student loans need to come directly from them as the borrowers of the loan. Once you reduce or you decline your loan, allow a day or so for Nelnet to update with your new balance due. As you remember, your billing statements have placeholders for these loans until you reach out to us to decline or reduce them. Finally, a few more details about the Parent Plus loans and private student loans. Plus loan applications are done by logging in at studentaid.gov using the parent login, since the parent is the borrower of the loan. After the parent completes the loan application, they will need to complete their own master promissory note. If the Parent Plus loan is denied, please contact our office for further guidance. Please make a note of your loan period that you request in your application. If you're planning to use a Plus loan for the entire school year, select a loan period that covers August 2024 through May 2025. You can also select to borrow up to the maximum amount available for your student's individual account, or you can request a certain amount to borrow. Please do remember that Plus loans have a 4.228% origination fee, which means that the 4.228% of the Plus loan that you request will be sent to the government and not used toward the student's bill. We're happy to help you plan on how much loan to request to cover the bill. If you request either the max amount, but you don't want to overborrow, or if you want to borrow just a specific amount, we can help you determine how much you need so that you cover your bill without needing to worry about that origination fee taking a part of that money. For private student loans, it is up to the family to choose the lender they will use. We do have a tool for all of you called Fast Choice that will help you determine which lender you can choose or to choose. This link is also found on our website under the types of aid page and then loans subpage. It will allow you to compare grace periods, interest rates, benefits amongst different lenders. And it will also give you direct links so you can apply directly to your lender. And once your application goes through with them, it will be sent to us to certify. If you will be using a private loan for both semesters, we recommend requesting an entire year's worth at your initial application, as well as selecting loan periods that cover August 2024 through May 2025. And as always, if you have any questions regarding how much loan to borrow, reach out to us and we'd be happy to guide you. And if you have any questions after the presentation, anything pops up in your mind, please never hesitate to reach out to either the financial aid office or the Bursar's office. Our contact information is on the screen and also available on our websites. In person, we're located in the second floor in Pearson's Hall, and we're always happy to see students year round, so never hesitate to come in, even if it's just to say hi. And we do have Zoom appointments available for our students and our families, so we can meet with them virtually as well.
Okay, thank you so much. Rochelle, I am just checking. I know that behind the scenes, we have had people in both the financial aid office and the Bursar's office answering questions. So if anyone has any, oh, there's Betsy. Hi, Betsy. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, I'm Betsy Hinkle. I'm the Director of Financial Aid. I've been answering questions behind the scenes. And I thought I would just hop on here and ask some questions. There's some chat questions that I think it would be valuable just to kind of go over again as a group, just to make sure everyone's on the same page. So Guadalupe and Rochelle, I'm going to send you some questions. Before I do that, Jenny, would you like to introduce yourself as well?
Yeah, so I've also been answering questions along with Betsy in the background while our two presenters were telling you all about financial aid and billing. I'm Jenny Egan. I'm the Director of Accounting and Bursar here at the college. And so I'm here to assist with any billing questions along with Rochelle that you may have. She's your first go-to at it, but I'm also here to assist if need be.
Awesome. So I think, Rochelle, if I don't mind just passing it to you real quick, can you talk a little bit more about charging books to your student account, what that $800 charge is, and like when they will see the charges reflected on their bill if they choose that option?
So yeah, the $800 is what you can charge up to on your student account. So the $800 is not on your account right now. Whatever you charge at the bookstore, so let's just say you charge $325 at the bookstore. That is the amount that would be rolled over onto your student account that you will have extra time to pay. So it's not the full $800. It's not a part of your financial aid. It's a totally separate program just for the bookstore. So whatever you charge at the bookstore, from a penny up to $800, is what then will go onto your student account for you to pay at a later time.
Great, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Beloit actually started doing that a few years ago. Jenny Egan was behind the scenes pushing that through. And the main reason why we do that is so that if students don't have the startup cash to purchase their books, they can charge their books to their student account and then pay it off with us over the course of the semester. So you have your materials and you're prepared for your classes and you have everything you need to be successful. So thanks to Jenny for making that happen for our students. Sending it on to Guadalupe. Guadalupe, there were some questions about, and I think there might be some confusion about the difference between a financial aid offer and the student account and tuition. So can you talk a little bit about the difference between a financial aid offer and then what they're seeing today on their student account?
Absolutely. So the financial aid offer is our estimates of what financial aid you'll be receiving, institutional as in loans, not loans, scholarships and grants from us, as well as any federal or state grants that you may be eligible for, and loans either through us or through the federal government. So your offer will have the entire year's worth, direct and indirect costs, and what your net cost to us for the entire year are, with just free money or also with the loans to that. Your students' billing statements, because we only bill per semester that you're here, you will only see half of each amount. So if you have a $30,000 merit scholarship, you will see $15,000 per semester because we split it up equally. If you have scholarships that came in that weren't reported to us before, those may not be reported on your financial aid offer, but they will be on your student bill once we receive either confirmation that they're coming or the check in the mail. So the aid offer is good for you to look at to plan ahead, but it's really important for you to see your billing statement to see if you have like a parking pass or your health insurance or a course fee that we didn't estimate on your financial aid offer, but it is due depending on the courses you take at Beloit, or if you have if you need a parking pass, things like that. And then your official estimated financial aid would also be on your billing statement. If you ever see a discrepancy, if you feel something is odd, reach out to us and we're happy to take a look and explain anything that you'll see on your financial aid offer versus a billing statement.
Awesome. So if I were to just summarize your points there, Guadalupe, the difference between a financial aid offer and what students are seeing now on their bill is that the financial aid offer is an estimate of what we think your costs will be for one academic year, whereas what you're seeing right now on your student account is your charges just for the fall semester. Mm-hmm. And then as Rochelle said, In December, we'll bill again for the spring semester, which will be the second portion of our quote that we gave you on the financial aid offer. And then you went on to say, sometimes there's some variances, like maybe you added a parking pass or you charged books to your student account or things that we didn't account for on the estimate. And then if there are any discrepancies or questions that students can reach out to us with those questions. Great. Let's see. There were some additional questions about how to set up the payment plan. Rochelle, do you mind just doing that one more time on how they can do that in Nelnet?
Yes. So if you're a student, you would log into the portal to get to Nelnet. Once you're on your home page, you would just hit set up a payment plan. That's right there on the home screen. It's a blue button that says set up a payment plan. And then you'll just follow your steps to set up your payment plan. And if none of those dates, again, does not work for you, please go ahead and email us and we can switch those dates behind the scene.
So you're saying go ahead and set up the plan anyways, but if you need a due date rearranged, set up the plan and then contact us afterwards to edit it.
Correct. And if you get in your plan payment plan, please let us know at least 2 to 3, I would say 3 to 4 days in advance before the payment starts to pull so we can change the date. Otherwise, if the payment does not go through, you will get a return fee. I think it's $30 that you would have to pay for the money not being in your account.
Right.
Yep.
Guadalupe, can you talk a little bit about students are identifying that they're not able to set up an account with UAS right now to accept their Beloit College loan? Can you just talk a little bit about how that works and when they can expect to log in to accept it?
Yeah, so for some borrowers, we'll need to create an account with UAS to look at their offers to accept. As of right now, though, our loan servicer UAS doesn't have information from the students yet. They're not ready to process those loan offers. So if you're trying to log in to create an account, you might be getting error messages saying your account doesn't exist. And if you call them, they'll say you're not in our system. It's because we haven't been able to accept those new loan offers yet. But when they do in the following weeks, they will reach out to us. They will reach out to you specifically via email to let you know that your loans are ready to be viewed and accepted. And at that point, you'll be able to create your account. And we will also be sure to reach out to students who were offered the Beloit College loan and haven't declined it yet to let you know that you will be able to create your account soon. So just look for those emails throughout the summer. Keep an eye out regularly, and we and UAS will let you know once those accounts are ready for you to make.
Thank you. And yes, we will remind you if you have not accepted your Beloit College loan and we need you to, we will email you many, many times about that. And then let's see. And then there's a few more questions about the difference between, I think there's maybe some worry that an additional bill is coming later this semester or next month. But like Rochelle said, the bill is going to be for the full fall semester. And then we'll follow up with any additional charges that may have been added to the account after our billing. You know, we billed last week, and we'll resolve those charges and send you an update later in the semester. And then in December is when the bill for the spring semester is released. We've got some questions about parking passes. You can get a parking pass at the security office, and then we will charge that to your student account, and you can pay us later once that's added to your account. Guadalupe, do you mind talking a little bit about work study and if students, you know, how students can use that money towards their account, or will it be deposited directly to them if they choose to work?
Sure. So at any point in the semester, but specifically during new student days, you'll be able to bring in your documentation like your social security number and your ID and everything to payroll and HR. And part of the paperwork you need to fill out is a direct deposit form with your bank account info for your money that you earn once you start working to be deposited directly to your bank account. On that same form, you'll be able to select the option to have your earnings deposited to your student account balance, so that those earnings help pay towards your semester bill. As Rochelle mentioned earlier, you will need to notify the student billing office as well to let them know, hey, I'm gonna leave X amount up to $1,000 left unpaid on my bill, but I have put in the paperwork in place with HR so that payroll sends my check directly to you, and then on your Nelnet you'll be able to see as each payment goes through how it helps deduct from that $1,000 say that you left on there. Anything that you don't earn, because these are averages, anything that you don't earn by the end of the semester, if there's still a pending balance due at the end of the semester, you will need to take care of that. If you earn more than the $1,000 or however much money you left unpaid on your student account, then that money that you keep earning gets deposited to you at your bank account. So it's really up to you and family if you're going to be using that money as spending money, as fun money for your expenses on campus, or if you're going to be contributing to your student account, you can make those selections, and you can always reach out to payroll and student billing to make any changes to your selections.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm going to ask, or I'm going to answer a question live really quickly. I know Jenny's typing an answer right now as well. But there was a question about additional federal loans versus private loans. So when a student fills out a FAFSA, they are applying for federal, state, and institutional financial aid. All sources use that same form. And by default, students are eligible for the loans that were offered to them on their financial aid offer. So whether or not you intend to borrow loans, if you fill out a FAFSA, we have to let you know what you're eligible to utilize. So if you file a FAFSA every year, we're going to offer you everything that you're eligible for upfront. Now, if you need additional loans beyond that, there are two options to kind of, for families to kind of consider, proceeding forward, which Guadalupe did discuss. There's a Parent Plus loan, which is a federal loan in a parent's name that is for creditworthy borrowers. So not everyone is approved for that loan. If you are approved, your credit is approved, the parent can borrow that federal loan to help cover the balance. If the parent is denied that loan for credit reasons, the federal government allows the student to increase their federal loans that we've already offered you by $4,000 a year, so $2,000 each semester. So there are some additional federal options. Some families decide to go the private route instead. Perhaps they like the interest rate better that's offered in the private sector versus the parent loan. There is that origination fee that Guadalupe talked about with the Plus loan, and private lenders usually don't have that. But sometimes the private loan interest rate is not better than the parent loan. So I would recommend you just reach out to the financial aid office and set up a counseling session, and we can go over all those details with you. Guadalupe, I'm going to kick another question to you. As an international student, are there additional scholarships we can apply for?
Yeah, there's we have a page on our website for additional scholarship options. We have links to popular scholarship search engines. You're able to put on there if you to filter out, because some scholarships do require U.S. citizenship or residency, but the ones that don't, any student is able to fill out and apply for. I did just find another website specifically for scholarships for international students. I'll be linking to our website, to our page later today, and that is a great resource for international students to look for and apply. So really, there are lots of different options for external scholarships for international students. It's just looking to see their eligibility requirements and that it doesn't require citizenship or residency in the U.S.
Great. I think that wraps up most of the questions. Guadalupe, Rochelle, Jenny, do you have anything else you'd like to add? Feel good?
The only thing I'd like to add is remember to reach out to us if you have any questions. And if you feel like you asked the question once and you want to ask it again, go right ahead, because we get that this is so much information that we're throwing at you. We live and breathe this information every day. So, we know it, like the back of our hand, but, we don't expect you to understand it right away. So ask those questions as many times as you need to understand. That's what we're here for. We're available phone calls, emails, Zoom appointments. And if you're local, you can stop by our office. Just if you're going to you can make an appointment at our book me links, which are on our financial aid website and our Bursar's office website to schedule those appointments. We really just want you to answer ask the questions, and we want you to feel comfortable with, what you're looking at and you understanding your bill.
Let's see, just put that in the contact information for the websites. So I can jump in on this first question. When you get here for New Student Days, there will be an employment fair on that Friday from noon to 2. There'll be tons of information. So there will be lots and lots and lots of jobs available for you to kind of start looking at. So you will be able to start applying for jobs when you get to campus. If you want to kind of peek at what might be available for jobs, you can go on the website and look at student employment, and there's some jobs listed there. That is not an exhaustive list. There will be many more offices and opportunities at New Student Days for you to check out. So please, please attend the employment fair. Your orientation leaders will be taking you there. Okay, financial services, thank you so much. I can't echo enough how helpful financial services is on campus. They have such a warm office. They answer all your questions, and it's really, really important that you ask those questions. Like Betsy said, this is a lot of information, and Jenny shared that, ask it as many times as you have to ask it. It's important for you to get the right information from the resource at financial services. Thank you all for being here, and we hope to see you tomorrow.